Last class we talked about elements of HTML, if you remember. And we also talked about some properties. We can change the background color, change the color or the size or the style. This class will learn about CSS or cascading style sheets. So CSS focuses on layout of HTML. As we have learned, we can change the attributes of HTML to finish the layout, but that is misused because we can use CSS more convenient and more professional. So we have three ways to design layout. First, use inline. Just use the attributes of the elements, just not like we already did. Or we can use embedded CSS, or can use external CSS. When we design multiple web pages, we may use external CSS. This is a professional way, because in this way, multiple web pages can share the same CSS file. So let's say this example. This example we did in last class. So this example called inline. What means inline? Inline means, say here we have H heading 1. We change the attributes of H1 by using the style equal, don't forget the quotation sign. And we want to change the background color. And the semicolon, this is the value. And I also want to change the color. And also we close it. Here we want to change the paragraphs, the color as blue. Here we want to change it as green. So in this way, we need to change the attributes of elements inside the code. We call it inline. Means we need to put the code inside the start tag. From here to here, inside the start tag. Don't put it in the close tag. Don't put it outside the tag. Put it inside it. So this we have learned. This called inline. So for CSS, this is CSS. So CSS is different. CSS will put the code in the head section here. Remember, the inline we put the code with the tag, but the CSS will put the code, the style code, in the head section here to here. Inside, we use the tag style type equal to text CSS. We need to use the slash close it. Then here we put some the tag, and here those are attributes. The benefit to use CSS is you can say here, for one paragraph, we just put once, then all the paragraphs will be follow this coding. So that's much more convenient. Okay, let's say example. Again, for coding, I suggest you to follow the structured way. Means at the beginning, don't forget to put this and the HTML. Don't forget to close it, head, body, and the title. By this way, you can avoid some mistake. So this will change CSS. And in this example, for example, we want to put a paragraph. Paragraph, we can say IS3303. And don't forget to close it. So this is example we want to display. So with the inline, we need to put the style. If you remember, use the style equal quotation sign. We want to change the color, colon, red, semicolon, and save it. Save it. Okay, then we can run it. So this is what we get with inline. What means inline? Because we use the style color inside the paragraphs. If we have a large paragraph, Same thing, we have like the paragraph that we want a location. We have a location. How about so we also want to change the color of this paragraph? Then we need to do this again. We just copy here, copy it, and post it. Save it, and we refresh the coding. So you can see from the code, because we have multiple paragraphs, we need to do this twice. Think about it, if we have 10 more paragraphs, we need to do it 10 times. So that is not convenient. So if we use CSS, it's different way. First, we delete this. We don't want to do this, so we need to delete it. Delete the style. Okay, save it. Now we don't have any, let's say the code. So we don't have any layout control. We put the style in the head section. Head section. Style. Style here we have for type equal to quotation text / CSS. Don't forget to close it. That's important. If you forget to close it, you may have a problem because the browser don't know where is the end of the style. So here we want to control the paragraph. So we control the color. We have the colon, semicolon the same. Save it. Then see what we get. So we get the same thing, but we can see the difference. As you can see, if we use the inline, we need to use multiple times. But if we use the CSS or use the style, we just use one paragraph. This paragraph will control all paragraphs inside the body section. So this is more convenient than we use the inline method. So that's the CSS, just like this code. So CSS will have some syntax. Actually, they call this as a selector, but we can call it as tag. It's okay. And here is the declaration. We have a property. This is the value for the property. If we have multiple properties, we need to separate with a semicolon. So between the value and the declaration, we use the colon. So let's say, can we do an example, use CSS for this example? Can do that? Sure, we can do that. So let's say we continue work with the code, which I delete from here. So at the beginning, okay, we get the structure. I encourage you to save the structure every time we do the coding. You just copy those. In this way, you don't forget to close it. Okay, so first we have a heading, like a heading 3. Then we want course, website design, heading 3. Then we have for HR horizontal line, slash. Then we have for this master. We have post number. Then what we have? We have for the note. Here we also have another horizontal line. Okay, here we need to have a choice. In the middle, we can use paragraph. paragraph, don't close it. For the note, we can use a small and close it. Then save the file. We can run it. So we get this. We have a heading. You can say we get the heading because it's so bold. It means we have some mistake. Everything is bold. That means here, if we forget to close the heading, then everything will be treated as a heading. So we need to close use slash, save it, then refresh it. So this is the way we want it. So in the example, we want to get the layout. So those will be blue, and those italic, and let's call it dark blue. This will be green. Also, the horizontal will be red. So we can do inside it. First, we want to control the paragraph. So the color will be blue. Then we want to control on the small, because that we want that green. Something we can do here, because in this example we have a background color, so we need to change the background color just in the body section. We also can do here like a body background color will be light blue. Okay, now just test it, save it, flash it. So you can see we get it, right? But it's not exactly what we still want. We get background color. We still want to get the italic. So what should we do? Also about the heading. So for the heading, we want to do the same thing, H3, color, blue. And then now we want to make it italic. We use EN. And don't forget to close it. Same thing here, use EN slash close it. Then do we have okay, this part is okay. Then save it, run it. See, we got it, right? But here we want to different color, because for the italic we want it as a dark blue. So we just change here. Say we have the EN. We change the color as dark blue. So you can say those are dark blue. Actually here we want to add the it's called the break, insert the break line, BR slash BR, sorry. And for the horizontal, the HR, we want to do it with border color. Then this is what we get with the CSS. For this, the 0 in the slides, I just show one time. So this we can use like a strong because this is bigger. For 2 or 3, like here, we can use strong, and we need to close it. Then if we run the code, so can you see the O in strong? We also can change the size of the strong. The strong, the font size, 13 pixel. Then let's see what we get. Yeah, we get a very big one. So that's about the example for CSS. We use CSS to control like this. Then you can see those are coding. So in this body section, we only put the content. All the layout will be do inside here. Inside the head section, we include in the style. So this is called embedded. Just like this. We also have a way, it's called the external CSS. What's this? So in this example, we put the code here. However, we can put the code outside. It means that we put it into an outside file. So we select the code, right button of the mouse, cut. Okay, here we want to get a new file, and we post it. Here, right button. We need to save the file. Here, put the intention. We need to save as, put it in the same location as your HTML code. And here we need to choose CSS. Here, that's important. Then we give it a name. For example, as just use either way, one CSS, this way. And in the original file, in this file, we don't need the style anymore because we don't need to use include, embodied. Here we need to use other tag. It's called a link. Link, just like here, we write everything here. Here is the reference is the name of the file, the type, and the real style sheet. We just do the same thing. It's link, which IEF equal to here when CSS, and the type equal to quotation sign text CSS, and also IL equal to this is style sheet, just like here. Style sheet, we need to include the slash inside it. Let's save it. Make sure the name exactly match the name, and these two files should be in the same folder. And the type text style sheet. Okay. And we run the HTML code. Don't run the CSS. Run this one. We get the same thing, right? So if we compare to the two-way, actually for embedded, we put in the section, we use the style. But for the link, we just save inside the external file. Then we use this, link to this file. In this way, multiple web pages can share the same file. So that's the benefit. So for the link, we just link what's the relationship between the HTML and the external resource. So this link should be used in the head section. So HIF refer to the location. REF just means this should be style sheet type, just like those attributes for link. So let's say I give you exercises like this. Those are two web pages. We use the close style. I ask you to try, say, use just the one external CSS. Then in the HTML file, don't put any for this layout. And those two can share the same CSS. So try it. Okay, that's for this video.